Hello everyone and welcome back to Interlagos for the second time this week. It is round 4 of the South African simGT4 series, the 2018.2 season. I'm Jason Holden-Jones and I'll be flying solo in the commentary booth this evening. And after an exciting race on Monday evening, the Division 1 race, it is the Division 2 and 3 races evening. And right now we watch Devon Lisher, a new signing for Team Redline Racing. So Peter Gelner is taking on Devon Lisher on board. And Devon Lisher is the first driver of the Redline Racing Bravo squad. No doubt building up for the new season in 2019. And great to see Devon joining a good team like that. And Lisher has not done a flying lap just yet, but he's about to finish one. He is the fastest driver in the final practice session, which just concluded. Let's see what. Well, I think actually Devon's on an outlap still. And they're about to start a flying lap now. But at the moment, it is Justin Jacks on a provisional pole position. And the number 1 Porsche. And then we've got Rudy Marais as Lisher pops up into second, so 40.746, just 10th, exactly a 10th of a second between Jackson and Lisher for provisional pole position so far. And Rudy Marais is third as he abandons that lap, 41.176 for him. So work to do for Marais, it's a good 4/10 of a second off the pace. Great to see Rudy joining the GT4 series, normally only running in the simGP series, so obviously a big single-seater fan there, but decided to join the tin top action this evening. Raven Duggan now we watch for Black Widow Racing. He is leading his teammates around to complete the lap, but I don't think he's going to go faster than his 4th position. It's at a 41.219 so far. The Bottas now up into 5th position. Christo. Looking strong here at Interlagos. And Mark McGear in sixth position for M2 Racing. As JP Paul unseats him for 6th as well. So many Black Widow cars in the Division 2 race this evening. And we're going to catch the final 10-15 minutes of the Division 3 race after this race concludes. Justin Jackson not improving this lap, but Devon Lish has just started another flying lap. Let's stay with Devon, see how he gets on. Go on board with him now. So Lisha now a good 3/10 of a second up on his best delta time. This is going to give him provisional pole position by quite a margin ahead of Jax if he can keep this momentum up now. There's Duggan now pops up into 3rd position with a 41.092. So a good improvement there for Raymond. And, Maurice Mann now up into 7th for Haven Racing. Lisha now needs to really nail this corner to cement that provisional pole position for the moment, and is going to do it by quite a margin, 0.2 of a second. Is Jax responding? No, he isn't. He's 0.4 slow on his best delta so far. A big shout out to everyone watching on the YouTube live chat. Very big welcome to all of you as you join me on this journey of round 4 of the GT4 series. And wow, what a season it has been. So this is the penultimate round of the GT4 series. Oh, big wobble there for Jax. It's pushing a bit too hard there. So Lisha has gone to provisional pole by a good 0.6 of a second now. Duggan now looking to challenge Jax for 2nd. But he needs a lot more lap time than that. But closing the gap to Jax is Raymond Duggan. Mark McGear just about equal on his best after time. We've got, 17 cars in this race and another 17 in the Division 3 race, plus the Class B cars in Division 3, another 3 cars there. So another solid round for SimRace South Africa. And McGear now looking to... Oh, he's thrown it away at the last corner. He's lost quite a bit of time there, unfortunately, as Mark McGear. He's not going to improve this time around. Jax battling to up his pace during this final 5 minutes of this 15-minute qualifying session. Duggan is slower as well. Bottas now, looks like he's going to improve. He's just started a flying lap. Let's stay with Christo. fighting the car is Bottas there. So it's lost a bit of time, unfortunately. Let's go and see what Justin Jax is doing. He's started another flying lap now. As Steven Sparks now pops up into 9th position in the Sparks Racing Maserati. Sparks a bit of traffic there. And JP Paul now up into 4th position in the Black Widow Porsche. And so we've got a Maserati on provisional pole position. So the Porsches sort of dominate the front of the field in Division 1, but this time around it's a Maserati in the front by a good margin, 0.6 of a second. Christopher Bottas now improves to 4th position with a 41 dead. Jax now. He's up a 1/10 of a second is Jax. He needs 0.6 though, 6 times that to improve. And here comes the lap time. Jax now 0.2 of a second quicker. Let's see if he can nail this final corner, but he I don't think he's going to gain 0.4 though, unless he knows something I don't. Good drive out of that corner, but it's gaining a bit of time. It's not going to be enough for pole position. Jax Duggan will also not improve. Bottas is slow. Paul on an outlap. McGear is 2.10 slow on his best delta. Murray now improving. Just started a flying lap for Rudy Murray. Let's see if he can improve. He's got a lot more pace in this. I've seen it in the practice session and the hot lap qualifying sessions over the weekend. So he'll be willing himself on to nail this lap now. Moreno improving to 0.2 of a second now. 0.3 on board now with him. Five tenths of a second now. This could give him 2nd position if he can keep this up. Very cautious entry to the final corner there. Oh, he's lost time. So Murray just battling with the car at the moment. They expect him to come good, I think, during the race. I think a lot of potential there's Murray got. And Murray crosses the line to improve to 3rd position. So much better track position for Rudy Murray now. Let's see if Jax can challenge Lisher or no. He's actually in the pits. He's called it a session. And Murray's another flying lap, of course. Duggan comes into the pits now. Bottas is slow by about a second. He will not improve. Mark McGear now improving. Looking to challenge Paul and Bottas for 5th and 6th position. Oh, good time here by McGear, but then loses it on exit. Things are slightly over driving the car is McGear. Yeah, driving for the line now. It's not going to be good enough for an improvement. Okay, there goes a 41.096, just half a 1/10 off Paul. And we're now in overtime of this session. Lisher still out. Yeah, this is improving. Bottas now looking to improve. Oh, he's lost all his good work, unfortunately. Yeah, he's abandoned that lap. This is Leandre Sparks now. A bit late to the party is Leandre, but let's see how he gets on now. Sparks actually hasn't registered time on the leaderboard now, so this should be interesting where he ends up. Great drive there. He's going to improve by quite a bit. We don't see him on the board just yet. There's Louis Jacobs now into the top 10. And Leandre Sparks is going to cross the line to place himself in second position. Wow, just 3/10 off Lisha. So good lap there by Leandre Sparks. And while we wait for the start of the formation lap, we're going to take a short break. Don't go away. Welcome back to Interlagos for the start of the formation lap to get the race underway. And of course we started with a pace lap where Devon Lisha, the driver in pole position, will lead the field around to keep them bunched and then speed up from the final corner to get the race underway and to start racing from lap 2. And we've got a 53 lap race this evening, should be around 90 minutes or just over. And all the drivers now trying to get their cars up into some sort of operating temperature. Very difficult to do under such conditions. Slow driving. But Lisha is going to have his hands full with determined Leandre Sparks. Leandre normally races somewhere in the sort of mid to upper half of Division 1 this evening. So does Devon, in fact, as well. So this should be quite an interesting race. And Justin Jack's also looking quick. But I've got a feeling that Lisha and Sparks are just going to have the edge consistency-wise. Let's see what happens. So Lisha now has approached the butcher point to bring the field together, and then he will start the race from the next corner, the exit of the next corner. And off we go, puts his foot down. And we can remember from Monday night that Porsche's got a lot more straight line performance than the Maserati. The Maserati's a bit better under braking and through the corners. And Lisha's going to come under attack now. Here come the Porsches of the Sparks and Jacks. And Leandro really trying to find a way past. Lisha's gone defensive already. He's trying to force Sparks to take the outside line. He's done so. It's a good driving there by Devin Lisha. It's kept out Sparks. Jacks looking dangerous too. So is Rudy Marais. And we've got Bottas who's better pass on Duggan, ready to turn one. So the action already unfolding. Jacks now pressurizing Sparks for second position. Jacks now looking up the inside, opts out of it, breaks a bit earlier. It's overshot the corner as well, run wide, and Marais is going to have a go at him around the outside, is he? No, really not able to take advantage of that error. And we've got, Walker's turned around, Robert Walker has gone to the back of the field. But anyway, Lisha leads now. Oh, Jax has been tapped by Marais. Oh, Jax does so well to keep it pointing in the right direction. Marais under pressure from Duggan. And Marais actually forcing Duggan to take evasive action. Slowing him down. Wenzel's got Sparks for 13th. That's Peter Wenzel and Steven Sparks. Got two drivers from the Sparks family here this evening. Leandro in second position and his father Steven down in 14th. That is Lisha who still leads this race by half a second ahead of Sparks. And Lisha will be desperate to get away from Sparks. Just doesn't have that straight line speed of the Porsche. But Leandro is in the slipstream now. Surely he's going to make that move. And Lisha's gone defensive. He's trying to squeeze him wide. But the Porsche is going to drive past. Let's see if Lisha can come back under braking. He's going to try. No. Leandro has missed his braking marker. He's run wide. Lisha trying to come back at him now. Oh, he's going to get the switch back. Oh, great racing. This is side by side now. Lisha trying to go around the outside. A bit of momentum, but the power of the Porsche is going to push him ahead. Oh, has Lisha gone past? No, he has not. Leandro Sparks cuts him off and goes to the front. Lisha trying to get back under braking now. What can he do? Lisha now needs to counter immediately through this tight section. These two tight right-handers coming up. Oh, he's going to try and move to the inside now. Oh, Sparks is trying to squeeze him. Oh, good defensive driving there by Sparks. Not allowing Lisha to get underneath him. And Devin will be desperate now to find a way past before that Porsche disappears down the straights. But no, Lisha cannot do anything about that Porsche. And Steven Sparks puts a move on Wenzel again, so that battle really raging on now. This is Michael Verhaven racing 15th position. Trying to hang on to those two. Sparks now starting to move away from Lisha immediately. Duggan's got McGear for 6th position. Makes a slight mistake there. Can McGear come back at him? No, he can't. It's just starting to come back at Sparks. Now they get brought down to 0.3 of a second. And Sparks has made a mistake. He should try to find a way past. No, he can't. Oh, big tank slapper there for Sparks. But he hangs on to it. Alicia really applying the pressure now. Wenzel's got sparks again for 13th position. This is Justin Jackson, 4th position. He's got Rudy Marais behind him. Movement Duggan there as well for company. This is Definition now again. Mayer and Jacobs squabbling over 9th as Mayer just finds a way past now. And Bottas suddenly in 3rd position as a couple of cars have come together, I think. Mayer and Jacobs together now. Side by side action. Oh, Jacobs is not giving up. Oh, I think they missed eye contact there. Both go around. Where's Botma? He's going to take advantage of that for Nibble Racing. So Botma says, thank you very much. I'll take 2 positions. And Mayer's right down to 13th, unfortunately. But Botma now up into 9th. Looking good. And he'll now go after JP Paul in 8th position. Gets 7 seconds up the road. This is Bottas has got past Jax and Marais, and a bit of damage there on the rear of Jax's car, and I think on Marais's front end as well. Mistake there by Bottas, is hitting the curb a bit hard. Jax will be coming back at him now. Paul's got Duggan. What's happened to Duggan? Duggan recovers from the side of the circuit, so bit of action there for Duggan. Jax now, he's really taking on Bottas now for 3rd position. Duplessis, Vian Duplessis on debut this evening, his first ever race at SimRace South Africa. He puts a move on Peter Wenzel. So Duplessis now up into 10th. Doing a fine job in his first race this evening. Sparks now has got Alicia for company again. And Maserati much quicker through the infield. And Marais trying to put a move on Jax now. They're side by side down the main straight. Of course, these two fighting out allow Christoph Bottas to disappear up the road. Oh, and Lish, what's happened now? We've got a lagging car, I think. That's Bottas is lagging terribly. Let's see. So apologies for that, just had to do a bit of admin work there. Unfortunately, sorry Chris, I had to kick you off the server there. You're lagging terribly and affecting the other drivers. So unfortunately your line has dropped and it has affected one or two drivers unfortunately. But that's what happens sometimes in sim racing. As Leandro Sparks now still in the front, 0.7 of a second ahead of Lisha. A mistake there by Lisha. Sparks, I beg your pardon. And Lisha trying to come back at him now. Botma up into 8th position now after Bottas retired. So that Nobel Racing Porsche looking good here. It's gone up a number of positions now. Jacobs now puts a move on Wenzel for 10th position. Interesting, intriguing battle this year for 10th position. Wenzel now with a run on Jacobs for 10th position. He's already gone past him. And, Jacobs takes that position back through turn 2. Back to the front now. Sparks still leads 0.7 of a second ahead of Lisha. Interesting to see how the two cars get on with tyre wear. I think the Maserati will be a bit better than the Porsche, so I think that's where Sparks is trying to make that gap and get a buffer before it starts coming into play. And of course each driver must do at least one pit stop. Don't need to change tyres. It's up to each of the teams to do if they want to. Let's go and have a look at the Wenzel battle over 11th position. And, question from Campo in the YouTube live chat. First time seeing SA sim racing only open to people living in SA. Not necessarily. We do take drivers that live outside of South Africa. We had a couple of drivers from Germany last season. And a driver from Mauritius as well. And of course, some of the South African drivers driving from England as well. But Jax has got Murray for 5th position. Move coming off camera, unfortunately. Yeah, so Campo, if you want to come and race with us, there's no problem wherever you are in the world, as long as your ping is sort of around 250 milliseconds or so and it's stable. That's absolutely fine. Oh, mistake from Wenzel. Here comes May. Surely, no, May not able to capitalize on that mistake. But he's trying to make a move now. Darts left and right. Up the inside goes May. No, Wenzel shuts the door. Great racing, a lot of respect being shown. Absolutely, you can visit our website at simracesa.co.za, Campo, and click on the esports leagues tabs, and then you'll find a sign up form which you can fill out, and then it will come to me via email, and then I'll respond via email again. Moreno into the pits from 7th position, so he wants to get his pit stop done early. Or is it a 2-stop strategy here for Rudy Marais? Let's see how that gets on. Jackson, Paul now going at it for 4th position. Oh, Paul with the lunge up the inside. He gets the job done. Jack's trying to come back at him now on the outside. No, Paul's got that move done. Well, seeing a huge improvement with JP Ball's driving this evening. Great to see. I know he's putting a lot of work in practice. So that Black Widow Porsche of JP Paul now up into 4th position, 3.7 seconds behind McGear in 3rd. See, Bottas has rejoined the server. Looks like his ping has settled now, thankfully. So we'll just keep an eye on him. Sorry for kicking you earlier, Krista, but you were jumping around the track quite a bit. Great to see you back out on the circuit. Paul starting to move away from Jax now. It's 0.4 of a second between them. Oh, aggressive darting to the left there by Jax, trying to off-put JP Paul. Has worked somewhat. I know JP Paul does use a VR headset, so that must have been very exciting inside that inside those goggles, that's for sure. So Jack's trying to fight back now. Oh, mistake there by Paul. Jack's not able to get up the inside though. Lisha's much closer to Sparks now. But all that hard work being undone as the Porsche disappears up the road. It's just so infuriating for Lisha. But still a long race. Let's just keep applying the pressure. Seems to be as they hit that final corner, they're just about together. So the two cars basically even on lap time, but oh, and Duplessis puts a move on Jacobs for 8th position. Duplessis, of course, on debut. Sparks under pressure from Main. Steven Sparks. Jacobs trying to come back at Duplessis now. Oh, Duplessis keeping Jacobs out. And in the Division 3 race, it is Alfie Fansel leading the way ahead of Ruan Smith and Donovan Dutoy. So the two nimble cars in second and third position in Division 3. And we're going to catch the final 10 to 15 minutes of that race. After this one's in up the inside and Jacobs is going to be turned around. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that move was on. Might have to check the replay after the race. But anyway, oh, it's Sparks also off. So Sparks also off in that chaos. And Paul's fallen right back to 6th position as he rejoins ahead of Duggan. Jack's of course back up to 4th position, so I'm not sure what's happened to Paul. Oh, and Lish is right with Sparks again. Very close. Is Lish going to go up for lunge up the inside? No, he can't. He's right with him though. Lish in the slipstream of that Porsche will be helping him somewhat. Ball with Lisha now. Let's see how close you can get to Sparks this time round. We've got Robert Walker into the pits from 14th position. Steven Sparks now batting main for 11th position. He's got the drive up the inside goes Sparks. But I think that Porsche is going to come back past him. Let's see how we get on board with main now. The straight line performance and Sparks, but better under braking though. Oh, clips the grass does main. Does very well to keep it pointing in the right direction. And Steven Sparks now up into 11th position, while his son continues to lead the way by a small margin now. As Lish has got a run on Sparks up the inside. Surely Lish is going to go for it. No, he doesn't. Why didn't he go for the move? Oh, he could have been a bit more aggressive than that. Alicia really needs to take those chances when they're presented to him. This is May and Jacobs over 9th position. It's Haven Racing leading M2 Racing. And Alfie Fantel continues to lead the way in Division 3. Rowan Smith in 2nd position and Donovan Dutoy in 3rd. Johan Labuskachny in 4th position. And Ryan Hill in 5th position. Teammates Duggan and Paul are together for 5th. Are they going to fight it out? Oh, and Paul just outbreaks himself. Unfortunately, it's cost him quite a bit of time. Duplessis now under pressure from Mayer. Vian seems to have made a mistake somewhere. So he's outbraked himself. Oh, it's going to cost him dearly. And Duplessis has lost 2 positions. That's all it takes. And now under pressure from Sparks. There's someone behind us also lost it. It's Michael Mann. I think he's clipped the wall. Damage to the left rear fender of that Porsche and the front. Look at the bonnet knocked up there. Wenzel slips by into 12th. And Bottas down in 16th, of course, after that disconnect. Duplessis now comes back past Sparks. So I was sleeping there with the cameras. Jacobs now pressurizing Mayer again. Wenzel's got Main for 12. Oh, yes, he really slipped by early on after Main's error. So we're only 18 laps down and 53. Still a long way to go. Leicester continues to pile on the pressure on Sparks. It's not over just yet. Oh, it's that area there by Sparks. Leicester closes again. Move by Main on Wenzel, side by side. Whoa, where's Wenzel going? This way, Pure. Is a spin? No, he hasn't a spin. He's just run wide, unfortunately. So Main now back up into 12th. Mayer's got back past Jacobs. Jacobs comes back at him now. Up the inside goes Louis Jacobs. Nice move. Can Mayer come back at him? Great racing. And Vian Duplessis right there in the blue car, bringing Stephen Sparks along with him as well. And Mayer's going to drive past Jacobs. Oh, Jacobs has outbraked himself slightly, but he gets on top of it in time. Let's go on board with Vian Duplessis. He's got the run on Jacobs now. Oh, he's fighting with the understeer from the car. Dirty air from the Maserati, I think. Oh, he does so well to hang on to it. But a ready cross Joker lap driving there. But Duplessis does very well. Oh, aggressive on the downshifts, revving the guts out of the Porsche. Whoa, and where's Jacobs going? He's going to lose out to 2 positions as Duplessis and Sparks fly past. Oh, Sparks had to hit the brakes there. The other option was to run into the back of Bjorn Duplessis. McGear and Jax together now. Jax is going to have a run at McGear. The mistake by McGear running wide. Jax now up the inside, side by side. McGear allows him room. Oh, McGear will keep that third for now. It's up into Sparks. Sparks is running wide. 3 goes Jacobs back up into 10th position. And Duplessis up into 9th. Jacobs up the inside of Duplessis. I think Duplessis got very side. But yeah, still hanging on to that third position. A dart to the inside from Jax. You saw that earlier. And I think he was fighting Paul. Bottas still circulating in 16th position. Jax trying to work out a move against McGear. Jack's got another good run on McGear. Just not quite close enough now. Oh, very aggressive on corner entry. Yeah, that's what weight transfer does to you. Just pitches the car sideways after being settled on entry. On board now with Jax. Completely different lines being used by McGear and Jax. Similar result though. Gonna have a look at the Duplessis Steven Sparks battle. It's a move by Steven Sparks up the inside to the next line contact. Rubbing his racing. Fion's gonna pull out down the main straight. Up the inside goes Sparks. Wow, very late braking. Gets the job done. Sweet move. Dished a 10th of a second quicker than Sparks said last lap. So the two at the front, Porsche and Maserati, pretty equal on lap times. The Porsche has that speed down the main straight. As we start to approach the halfway stage of this race, we can expect some pit stops to start happening. Because Murray's already done his pit stop, he's done in 14th. So interesting to see if he's going to go to the end now and reap the benefits of that early stop. Murray's got Wenzel for 13th. So Murray with 3 seconds a lap faster than Wenzel that last lap. So you could really see Rudy Murray coming into play now as the others do their mandatory pit stop. Murray, of course, already having done his. A mistake here by Steven Sparks. And I think Duplessis is going to pounce before turn 1. Sparks making Duplessis go on the outside. So Sparks up the inside again. Wow, great racing between these two. And Duplessis is going to have to try again. Is Duplessis. And Lisha always about 6/10 of a second onto the main straight, and then and then Sparks pulls away. Duplessis falling back from Sparks, so there's been an issue there for Duplessis. One error. So Alfie Fansel leading Division 3 ahead of Ruan Smith and Donovan DeToy. There's your top 3 for the moment in Division 3. Sparks really needs, Lisha really needs Sparks to make an error so he can slip by. But the Maserati is much closer than what he has been in previous laps at this point of the circuit. Lisha will be kicking himself for not going for that move earlier on. I think it was 3 or 4 laps back. On edge to that final corner. But opting out of it. It's very interesting to see when these two drivers do their pit stop, whether they're coming together, or will, I think Lisha should go long. And, you never know if Sparks pits first, he might fall back into traffic, and then Lisha can extend that gap out in the front and then do his pit stop a bit later. It's all about strategy. It's fascinating to see where Murray ends up as he's already done his pit stop, and when the others come in, he should be quite a bit further up the leaderboard. I don't understand that for Leandro Sparks. So the tyres and the Porsche giving up. Here comes Lisha. Lisha's much closer. And Louis Jacobs now into the pits from 9th position. Jacobs main Wenzel into the pits. So they're starting to flood in now. What is Sparks and Lisha going to do? Oh, they both come into that. Yes, they come in at the same time. Oh, and Lisha passes Sparks into the pits. Oh, they both missed the pit box. Lisha's really missed his pit box. So that's cost Lisha quite a bit of time. Let's see how they get on in the pits now. Wonder why Lisha followed Sparks into the pits. Maybe he's fueled for that long. He didn't have a choice. But I would think some clean air would have been exactly... Oh, Lisha's out the pits first. Wow, that's a turn for the books. So, Leandro Sparks a lot longer to the pits. I wonder if he had to put more fuel in than what Lisha did. Could have been. But now we really got a race in our hands. McGear into the pits now from 4th position. So Leandro Sparks is... Oh, he's thrown it away on entry. Cold tires, I think. Oh, he's hung on to it though. But it's lost him a lot of time. Now this is exactly what Devon Lisha needed to happen. He needs to maintain that gap of 3 seconds back to Sparks, and he can win this race. Yeah, there's an argument that, as Daniel Haynes says in the YouTube live chat, that perhaps Devon did not take tyres, and Leandro did. Maserati is better on tyres than the Porsche. Let's keep an eye on the gap of 3 seconds and see if Leandro Sparks can close that gap to race leader Devon Lisha. Jacobs around the outside of Steven Sparks. Maserati side by side. What a move there by Jacobs. Well, Morris May now into the pits from 7th position. May creeping up the, Murray creeping up the leaderboard after pitting much earlier compared to everybody else. Now up into 8th position. So Leandro Sparks has taken a second under Devon Nish's lead already. So perhaps Lisha did not take tyres in the pit stop. Jack's now into the pits from 3rd position. Yeah, and Jacobs fighting it out. Oh, they're going to touch, slight contact. Not too bad. This is in fact Steven Sparks and Morris May going at it. McGear passes Jacks for 5th position. Oh, they're going to make slight contact. Oh, the Maserati's in the wall. Steven Sparks keeps the point in the right direction though. Marais and Duplessis going at it now for 7th. And Leandro Sparks to the fastest lap of the race, 39.972. That's pretty good going. So now just half a second behind race leader Devon Nisha. And I can hear the Jaws music already as the Leandro Sparks are preparing for a move down the main straight. And Devon Nisha. She's just struggling at the moment for traction, I think. And Vessel nearly takes out Sparks as they put a lap on Peter Wenzel. Oh, Sparks made a slight error on entry there. Pitched the Porsche sideways. He hangs on to it. As into the pits comes Devon Lisher. What is this about? Did he short fuel the car perhaps? But yeah, that's the end to the victory for the win of this race for Devon Lisher, unfortunately. Or has he got a problem of some kind? Dug into the pits now from 3rd position. Off goes Lisher. So that's a big pity for us watching. And I think perhaps let's just stop for tyres, as Daniel Hayden suggests in the YouTube live chat. I think says we're just losing too much ground. And the Maserati is a lot quicker than that in the opening stages of this race. It sparks all the much quicker as well. So Moraine up into 6th now. Puts a move on Duggan, he's just leaving the pits now. This is Jacobson May, who don't seem to get enough of each other throughout this race. Glued together, nose to tail action. Duplessis and Duggan also together. Man, Jacobs have come together, I think. That's allowed Sparks to take 2 positions and move up into the top 10. Botma for Noble Racing comes into the pits from 5th position. Here comes Vian Duplessis for his stop. Ennis Botma now leaving the pits now. The Porters unfortunately has left the server again. I think ping issues for him. Bensel puts a move on to Duplessis for 13th. A long stop there for Vian Duplessis. Two Heaven Racing Porsches now running together. Morris Mayer leads teammate Michael Main. Division 3, it is still Alpha Fansel leading the way ahead of Rowan Smith and Donovan Detroit. Then Duplessis starting to come back at Peter Wenzel. See Wenzel fights in the rear end of that Porsche quite a bit. And Duplessis quite a lot smoother. On board with here now. Great move there. Duplessis now up into 13th. Vincent not trying to come back at him now. He'd have up the inside. Oh, he's going to run to the back of him, will he? No, he won't. He's having a great fight. Jack's now right with McGear for third. Jack's up the inside. McGear allows him room. Oh, and McGear skating on the marbles. Gets the power back down though. Side by side. But no, Jack's back up to third. So these two resume their battle after the pre-pit stop battle they had. Paul and Botman are together. Black Widow versus Nimble Racing. Black Widow, of course, leading so far. Whoa! Up the outside goes Botman, but doesn't quite work out. Oh, where is JP Paul going? So, through goes Moppa to 7th position without trouble. Oh, Paul again missing his brake marker. He's pushing a bit too hard there. Yeah, so Leandro Sparks now leading this race by 34 seconds ahead of Lisha. After Lisha to come in for a second time. And hello back to you, Cameron. Welcome back. Hope to see you racing back with us sometime. It's been a while. Botma maintains 7th ahead of Paul. And our race leader Leandro Sparks has just put a lap on Louis Jacobs. So Sparks is lapped up into 10th position. Jacobs under pressure from Morris Mayer. Jacobs defends well. At the moment it is Leandro Sparks, Devon Lesher and Justin Jacks who pre-qualify for Division 1 round 5 of the GT4 series. That's as long as they do a lap in the hot lap qualifying session leading up to it. And now within 5% of the front runner in that qualifying session. So the driver is racing for something this evening. On board now with Morris Mayer in the Haven Racing Porsche. Yeah, Cameron, interesting emails from me. Then you need to sign up for the season, and then I will email you, Cameron. Anyway, Morris Mayer up with the move on the outside. Is the job done? Yes, it is. And Louis Jacobs succumbs. Or is he fighting back now? He's trying to find a way past. Great momentum. Nice move there from Jacobs defending. And Mayer's going to have to try again. Lap 41 off 53. 12 laps remaining now. Yeah, absolutely, Cameron. You're very welcome to join in the 2019.1 season. Oh, and Jacobs runs wide. This is going to give May the momentum. Jacobs swoops around across the track to defend, but May is going to have the drive, of course. As Michael Mann watches on from the distance. Can Jacobs come back at him now? Much better on the brakes is Jacobs. Always trying to force himself up the inside. May under pressure. May shuts the door. Jacobs go for a move up the inside now. No, he's not quite close enough. Oh, as Michael Mann runs wide in the background there. He does very well to keep it on the black stuff. Ten laps remaining now. And we're going to have a look and see what's happening in the final 10-15 minutes of the Division 3 race. It is Alfie van Zyl leading the way. Real World GTR Club driver, racing driver, Alfie van Zyl leading Rowan Smith and Donovan de Toy in third position. Ryan Hill in fourth, Carl Besadenet in fifth position as Jacobs breaks himself. So does Main, it looked like. Well, Cameron, I think the best thing to do is go and have a look at our race calendar on our website, simracesa.co.za. Click on race calendar and then you'll have all the races laid out for you. I think it's the best way to go. Next week is the simGP series, Division 1 on Monday evening, Division 2 on Wednesday evening. But Leandro Sparks well in control of this race now. 34-second lead ahead of Blisha. Michael Maynard. Very conservative on corner entry. I think his lines are very, very good. He's just needs to be a bit more assertive under braking and getting back on the power. But Jacob's certainly feeling the pressure now. Michael Maynard with the run on Jacobs. On the outside he goes. No, not able to make the move stick just yet. Manor looking up the inside, forcing Jacobs wide, no upside of it. Just reminding Jacobs that he's there. Jacobs barely battling with the understeer. I wonder if he changed tyres during his pit stop. Don't think so, not the way that Maserati is behaving at the moment. Just 7 laps remaining now in this race. Mistake there by Jacob. Surely Main's going to pounce now. Let's see. Down the back straight we go. Jacobs goes defensive, placing the Maserati very well. Main just needs to be patient. I think Main just needs to focus on a good exit under the final corner to get the drive down the main straight, and the Porsche will be through. These two having a crack of a battle though. Oh, and Main just overturning the car there slightly. He's going to have a good run on Jacobs now. Just needs to stick in the slipstream for a little bit longer. And now a dummy left and dart right. But Jacobs not giving him that option. Forces Main to go wide. Very good defensive driving here by Louis Jacobs. Clearly in the slower car, but managing that gap nicely. Main just needs to stay patient. Got 5 laps, still make a plan. Much better. Oh, Jack's made a mistake. His tyres are giving up on the Maserati. Main's got the run. Can he sweep around the outside? That's the question. Jacobs not let him have it though. Jacobs again running wide. Man able to use the tighter line, get back on the power bit earlier. and May nearly loses it. Just overcorrecting the car on corner exit. Needs to be a bit smoother. Combine your inputs a bit more, Michael. And you'll be a whole lot faster. The stop starting through the corner is what's upsetting the Porsche. Just making an error there. Just gonna have a look at the Sparks Mayer battle. And Mayer looking a lot stronger through the second half of this race. This is Michael Main's teammate Maurice Mayer of Haven Racing, chasing down Sparks Racing Steven Sparks. Michael Mann with another good run at Louis Jacobs. And Murray chasing down McGee for 4th position, just 0.6 of a second between those two drivers as well. Oh, mistake here from Jacobs. His tires let go. And Michael Main's persistence has paid off now. Main now up into 11th. Let's go look at the battle for 4th position between Mark McKeer and Rudy Murray. An all Porsche affair for 4th position. And Mayer has also passed Steven Sparks. So the two Haven Racing Porsches moving up a position that last lap. Back with Rudy Murray now. Mistake there from McGeer. Murray. Oh, that's aggressive. Side by side. Wow. McGeer leaves him room. That was decisive driving there by Murray. Oh, and he's pushed McGeer as well. That's a bit too aggressive there by Murray. Naughty, naughty. But gets away with it. But a very aggressive drive there by Murray. But he's made it work. And up to 4th position he goes, as Leandre Sparks has started the final lap of this race, as he puts a lap on Nibble Racing's Ines Botma. And Mayer has passed Sparks again for 9th position. Oh, these two going to come together? No! And Sparks swoops around the outside. Great move there. Let's follow Leandre Sparks on the final half a lap of this race. Before we go and have a look at the Division 3 race. Leandre Sparks, just 1 corner remaining. Then a blast down the main straight for the very last time to take victory here of the Division 2 race of round 4, the 2018.2 South African simGT4 series. Good drive by Leandre Sparks. Good fight with Devin Lisher for many laps. And Lisher, of course, will come home in 2nd position, 43 seconds behind Sparks. And Justin Jacks completes the podium in 3rd position. Botma is in 7th, but Murray will be finishing 4th position. McKeer in 5th, Duggan in 6th position. Botma is finished in 7th. Paul will get 8th. And Sparks and May now, but it is Sparks who gets 9th position. Nicely done. May will complete the top 10. And we're going to take a short break now before we join the Division 3 race. Don't go away. We are now watching the Division 3 race of round 4, the 2018.2 South African simGT4 series. It is Alfie van Zyl leading the way, ahead of Ruan Smith. And we've got Donovan du Toit in 3rd position for Nibble Racing. Smith, of course, also Nibble Racing. It's Christopher Langefeld disconnects from the serve in Class B. That's unfortunate. Ryan Hill in 4th position for Accor Racing. Becerrinote in 5th. Labuschagne in 6th position. Peng in 7th. De Lange 8th. 7th, 10, 9th. And Donnie Miller completes the top 10. Van Zyl leads by a good 40 seconds. It's quite a margin. This is Nibble Racing's Ruan Smith, 9 seconds. In fact, Ines Botma's partner, teammate. So no close battles to mention at the moment. And this is Donovan du Toit in 3rd. His teammate Sean Jurgens, of course, was in the Division 1 race on Monday evening. Finished in 15th position, did Jurgens. But du Toit now on for a podium result here in Division 3, which will earn him a start in the Division 2, minimum in Division 2, the Division 2 race for round 5 of this championship. Accor Racing's Ryan Hill now. Having a good race, 4th position. Carl Becerrinote in 5th position. Labuschagne in 6th position. Zander Klengen in 7th. In the Black Widow Maserati. Derek de Lange in 8th. Louis Serfontaine in 9th. Donnie Miller just rejoining there after a short excursion. Sheldon Groeneveld's on debut this evening, his first ever race at Sim Race South Africa, currently 11th. And runner back in 12th. I think he's got the wrong team livery on there as well, if I'm not mistaken. Apologies about that. Need to replace, fix that for the next round. Van Baalen in 13th, Edzard, and we've got Bradley O'Connor in 14th. That is a correct skin for Jan Runnebeck. So Bradley O'Connor, his teammates got the same one, must be correct. And this is Peter Kelnes in 15th in the Class B Lotus 11, Lotus 211. And we do run the Class B class for the Division 1 drivers who want to race Wednesday nights as well. But back with our race leader now, Alfie Van Zyl, looking very comfortable. And Alfie Van Zyl, real world GTR Cup racing driver at Killarney in Cape Town. Running, I think it is a Class C City Golf. And on the penultimate lap already to wrap up round 4 of the GT4 series at SimRace South Africa. And if you're watching this, you want to get involved in the racing at SimRace South Africa, you're very welcome to visit our website at simracesa.co.za. Click on the Esports Leagues tab, and then there are a couple of introduction pages there about the different championships you run at SimRace South Africa, and you'll find a sign-up form there as well. Fill that out, submit it, and that will come to me via email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible as well. And we've got 86 entrants for this season, and let's see if we can push for 100 for the 2019.1 season. Let's see how we go. Alfie Van Zyl started the very final lap of this race and round as well, and as he puts a lap about to put a lap on Louis Serfontaine. Serfontaine moves aside there for race leader Van Zyl. And Alfie Van Zyl power his way to win the Division 3 race this time round. Ryan Smith 45 seconds behind, so on course to take second. Smith will get second. Donovan Dutoit will complete the podium for Nibble Racing. So it's Nibble Racing 2, 2nd and 3rd this evening in Division 3. And Alcor Racing will get 4th position with the help of Ryan Hill. And the 85 Maserati Hill 46 seconds ahead of Labuskachny. Carl Bessenet will get 6th position, and Zana Kling in 7th. De Lange 8th position for him. Serfontaine will get 9th, and Donnie Miller will complete the top 10 in the Alco Racing Python entry. Debutant Charlotte Groenewald will get 11th. Runnerbeck will get 13th. Van Baalen 3rd, Trondebeke will get 12th, Van Baalen 13th, and O'Connor 14th. Coloness is finished in 15th position. And that concludes round 4 of the 2018.2 South African simGT4 series. From me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much for joining me on this live stream. And until the Division 1 race, the SimGP series on Monday evening, Have a great weekend, and all the best until then. Goodbye for now.